If you're in sales, you're a sales leader, you're part of a sales team, then you know that we're facing some hefty challenges in our current sales environment. There's a lot of change happening. Staying focused in the online environment is huge. And we're having to innovate, right? Having to take calculated risks to figure out how to close the same number of deals where in, previous years, maybe it was a little easier in some ways. But taking those risks in order to get in front of customers, to really get face time, it's challenging.
I tell you, Steve, we've had the same situation. In my world, in the medical device world, we've never worked harder to try to make our numbers. And I feel like folks are just challenged with new risks, new environments, new headwinds every day, and they're struggling to find a way to be successful. What worked last year is not working today. Certainly people are having to find new ways to be successful.
It really required a mindset shift to think about, all right, how are we going to succeed? Because at the end of the day, we're hired to sell, and nobody really cares how hard it is or what the environment is or what the market's doing. Numbers are your numbers.
I've noticed on my sales teams, those people that have the right mindset, it doesn't matter what's happening out there. Whether it's COVID, whether it's healthcare reform, whatever the headwinds are in our industry, those that have a positive attitude, those that seem to be able to manage stress, they have a degree of resiliency, and they can adapt to the situations, they're able to hit their numbers every single year when it goes through. It seems like the folks who are stuck in kind of doing things the way they have always done them are the ones that are challenged more by this environment.
The research shows that 55% of whether or not a salesperson closes a deal or not is related to attitude. What are your mental and emotional skills that are available to you to be more resilient, to adapt? What we found are that the same mental and emotional skills that are required to perform at a high level across industries, for those that have a high demand on and high pressure on their daily performance. Surgeons, tier one soldiers, sales executives, they're all connected in terms of the mental and emotional skills that are required to perform at the highest level. Things like attention control, how to set goals, how to visualize what you're about to achieve. But education, as we know, is not enough. It's not enough just to have the information. There's a lot of information out there. You really need to be able to train it. And one of the great things about it, Troy, is that it's process agnostic. This is not about teaching you another process. It's about teaching you skills that enable you to maximize the impact and use of that process that you already do every day. But this is about you achieving your highest level of performance. There's a sales team in the defense industry that had faced almost a 34% drop in sales in a couple of years ago. And we were able to go in and do some training with them. And, they were able to take some of these mental and emotional skills, some of these performance secrets, apply it to what they needed to achieve, be flexible, be adaptable, and regain almost 24% of that 36% loss.
When you told me that it was process agnostic, when I think about all that we've done to establish our current sales process and that these are skills and training that supports it, regardless of whatever your sales process is, I knew it was going to be a good fit for us. What's the next step here?
There's a webinar that's coming up, and we're going to dive a little bit further down into attention control, goal setting, self-regulation, and we're also going to be offering an opportunity to get a baseline assessment for some of those that attend it and where they are in some of these things to begin to understand how it can be trained, where they are in preparation for training. And if you and some of your team would like to attend that, get a little bit more information, get a free assessment, I think it'd be a great start for us to be able to shape up where the team is now and look at how we can train them going forward